So this video is going to cover the number one reason why you have a low show up rate and you have a low quality of calls when you book meetings for your agency via cold outreach. And just for context, so you know that I know what I'm talking about, I've been building cold outreach systems for agencies for 3 years. I'm a certified expert by Instantly.ai, which is the largest dedicated cold email tool in the world. I've sent millions of cold emails on behalf of agencies. I've booked thousands of sales calls, and I've also scaled my own agency with the very same channel, cold outreach. So what we're looking at today is the bottom half of the Scale Sprint system. And by the way, this is a system that we install for clients. This is the deliverable of our service. So if you're interested, you can check out the link in the description. But anyways, we're going to look at what happens after the call has been booked, right? So you're doing your outreach, you get a call booked, and we now want to optimize the show up rate and the quality of the calls. The reason why your show up rate is low is typically for one or more of the following reasons. So, the first one is people don't know what is in it for them. So, this is something that I see a lot of people get wrong, is that they have no way to position the call. They might position their offer in a specific way, but they're not positioning the call. And the call is a micro commitment. The call might not be similar to them actually buying from you, but it's still a micro commitment, and that's how you want to treat it. So, you want to have some sort of exchange, some sort of transaction. They need some sort of value on the call. One way to do this is to position it as an audit. Could also be that you have a very hyper relevant case study and you're going to show some of the alpha, some of the good stuff that you did for those guys that you can share with them. So that is one way to position it. The second one is they forget what you actually do. This is very common, especially if people are booking more than 3 days away from the dates of where they scheduled it. And so this is a common one. If you want to fix that just immediately, you can adjust the settings. If you're using Calendly, you can make it so that they can only book 2 days out, and that fixes it immediately. The third one is you haven't created enough urgency. This is something that pertains to the offer itself. So have you actually presented the problem as something that needs fixing fast? And if you haven't, well, they might just sort of forget about it or not think it's important. There's not enough urgency. The fourth one is that they have limited knowledge to even know if the call is valuable. So they don't know enough about your company. They don't know if you're a superior provider compared to your competitors. So they're like, why am I even hopping on this call? Because they have limited information, they have limited knowledge. So the first fix that you need to implement is to have a high converting thank you page. This is really low hanging fruit and it's super powerful. So I have an example here of one I've created just for us here at Scale Sprint. So as we can see here in the top, we have some reviews. Then we have a black box that says done for you cold outreach. And then congratulations, your meeting has been scheduled. And then what it basically does here is it asks them to confirm the call. And what there also is there's a 9-minute explainer video. So this will allow the prospect to view a quick video that goes over some of the stuff that was going to be mentioned on the call anyways. So it just saves everyone time. And you want to position it as sort of steps here. That's a good way of sort of getting people to do stuff is by calling it steps. So step one is watch the video. Step two is confirm the call and then click I know the sender. And then what I have in the bottom here is my number so they can WhatsApp me. And then also they can watch some of my other content here in the meantime. I'm sending them some YouTube videos. So this is a way where you can educate them and you can also get them to confirm the call, which will also increase the show up rates as well. So this is an example of what you can build. And the next one is fixing your pre-call flow. So what you want to do is right after they book the meeting, you want to send them at least 3 emails, and they should be what you do, how you do it, and why you do it. So for what you do, you basically just want to have that sort of be your offering. How you do it is the mechanisms, right? So you have any unique mechanisms you can mention here. That's always great. And then why you do it is essentially why have you established this service? Like, what is the issue, right? Is it an issue with other providers? Are you better than other agencies? Or are there not any solutions out on the market? Like, why do you actually offer this? What you can also add here, ideally, you would want to send more than 3 emails in your pre-call flow, but you can also add case studies, FAQs, and then you want to basically send them 1 to 3 emails per day. And don't worry too much about sending too many emails because it's really going to be worth it. Like, even if a few people think that you're a spammer, it doesn't really matter, like, because you're going to just vastly outperform other people that are afraid to send too many emails to prospects. So this is what you want to do. Now, a bonus if you're really struggling is that you can do some manual pre-call stuff too. So you can send them personalized videos You can also send them like, basically you taking up your phone, filming a selfie video of yourself talking to them, also calling them and just confirming, hey, just making sure that you're still showing up for this call. And then you can also prepare basically some custom made assets that you can sort of tease in the emails. So you can say, look, we have this asset here that we've created for you. I can't wait to show it to you on the call. So those are some of the things that you can do manually, which will also drastically increase the show up rates. Now, for the first call, once you have the discovery call, basically what you want to do is you want to just run deep discovery. You don't want to have surface level questions from the prospects. You want to really get into what is their current state and what is the future state. So I recommend that everyone follows the system in gap selling. I think it's good for this sort of like when you're selling agency services, is establishing the current state very precisely and the exact future state that the prospect wants. And then also at the end of the call, you want to do the same thing you do with the first call. So the micro commitment of the second call, you also want to position as a valuable call. And then what you want to do immediately after the call is send your two most impressive case studies. And what you want to do there as well is make it appeal to a deeper desire than the immediate outcome. So this could be, if you've helped somebody increase their revenue, you could add another line, which is like, and he now got his dream car or something, right? Basically making it a bit deeper in terms of what they're actually looking to achieve, because revenue is basically just something that will lead to more profit, which will lead to a larger payout for the owner or the founder or whatever. And then that in and of itself will lead to other things that are then attractive for the founder. So this is kind of speaking to the deep desires instead of just speaking to the revenue that they might generate if that's the value prop of what you do. Now, for the second call, you want to just do a full-blown customized pitch. This is where you have all the freedom to pitch as much as you want. Of course, using the learnings from the first call about their current states, and then you present why your solution is the best way to fix the gap between that and the future state. Now, post the second call, you want to have a 90-day follow-up plan, because most people don't even buy on the second call these days. I found that prospects, they tend to take their time these days. So you want to basically have a 90-day follow-up plan with 2 to 5 emails per week. And if you don't know what to say in these emails, you can follow this simple framework here. So you want to ask some basic questions first. So this is things that prospects want to know before buying. This is just some logistics and how onboarding works. The second one here are the deeper questions. So these are questions that the prospects don't necessarily know how to ask. Then we have objections, so just handling the most common objections, ideally one objection handled per email. And then expectations, so what can they realistically expect by working with you? So if you need help with building out this entire funnel for your agency, including everything we've talked about in this video, you can go to www.scalesprint.io to work directly with me. I'll also leave a link to the 7 highest performing copies that we have ever ran for agencies. You can have direct access for free to that in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching the video.